So today's book is probably the most complicated string of words ever known, at least on this list. And then we have a weird author name to go with it. This is from the Mixed Up Files of Mrs. Basil E. Frankweiler by E. L. Konigsburg. Regardless, it's an interesting book, and we'll get right into it. This is a Newbery Award winner, and it was really fascinating to read on the back of this. She actually competed against herself to win this Newbery Award. She obviously, at this point, this was published in 1967. At this point, it was very obvious she was I guess, a very, oh, what's the word? She was very well respected in the children's literature realm of the world. Okay, so what is this book about? So, the book is about this girl. Let me remember her name. Claudia. Claudia and her brother's name is Jamie. Jamie, haha. I liked Jamie better than Claudia, but we'll get to that. Anyway, so basically the thing is Claudia is 12 and she has three younger brothers. She's the oldest in her family, and she is having what we call sort of, I think of as a growing into teenager crisis. She's 12 and she's like, nobody pays attention to me, I just am not special, I need to go do something crazy and funky. And so she saves up money to run away to New York. And she does this with her brother, Jamie. Jamie is her favorite of her brothers. And she's like, hey, Jamie, you have money, because he cheats. He bets against his best friend in a game of war. And they play for money, and he always wins, because he cheats. And anyway, so she's like, hey, Jamie, come to New York with me. And he's like, okay. And they go to New York, and they stay there for like a week. And where do they stay? They stay in the art museum there, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, I think it was. And they have a nice little, somewhere, oh, here it is. They have a nice little map of it right here for us so that we can understand what's going on. I think, they even have the phone number. Anyway, so it's very, as you can see, it's very detailed. Like, I find it very interesting how she's just, the author is very, very specific about everything, and she likes to give you lots of little details, and it brings the whole book together for me. And the way she thinks about how these kids would survive for a week in the Metropolitan Museum of Art, how they would hide, and also she really fleshes out why Claudia wanted to do this. It really delves into how in this point in time in a lot of kids' lives they're looking for something to set them apart. They're looking to see why they're special, why they should exist, basically. And that's what Claudia is looking for in her journey when she goes away. She's trying to find out what sets her apart, trying to find something to make her special and different from everyone else. And it's just very well put together. It's I wouldn't call it one of my, I put it on number 12 on my list, so 13, excuse me. So I mean, it's middling. It's not as good as 101 Dalmatians, which has been one of my top favorites so far. It's not as good as Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but it's there. It's up there. It's hanging with it just because of how fleshed out it is. And really, I don't want to give too much away. What they end up finding at the museum is there's this angel that is it Michelangelo? It's one of the greats I think it is Michelangelo, may have created. And so they're trying to figure out like why, like whether he did or not, because like the experts can't figure out, and so now the kids are trying to figure out while they're there this mystery of whether this angel, this little statue angel, was created by I guess it's Michelangelo, I can't remember, but anyway, so that's where Mrs. Basil E. Frankweiler comes in, and I just want to talk about her character for a minute. She comes in at the very, very end of the book, and so do the files. It's like I don't know why they chose the title, because that's not really what it's about. But I guess they can't, be like, they can't name it. Two kids run away to the Metropolitan Museum of Art. I'm really bad at titling things. I'm terrible at it, so I shouldn't make fun of people's titles. But it's a thing that comes in at the very end. And I love this character. Mrs. Frankweiler is a older lady, very rich, and just I appreciate how she relates to the kids. Showing really how a lot of times the desires that you feel as a young child like that don't change as you grow older, and that's something that is not talked about very much, and that's just I found that very interesting, the dynamic between them two. So between Claudia and her, and really it's a very uh, mm, it's a very empty book as far as characters go. There's just the three main characters, and the second one doesn't come in for a long time, but it really gets you able to understand, have a deep understanding of these characters. You appreciate them so much, and also because it is so barren in characterness, like because there's not that many. It allows you, it almost makes the museum into a character in itself, and it makes this angel that they're trying to figure out the origins of a character in itself, and it's very unique, and I really enjoyed reading it. It was a cute, quick little read, and I mean, and it made it even better. I have to say, I really like it when the pages, you probably can't even tell, when they're all jaggedy like that. I love that. It gives it so much more character to me. I'm like, ha ha ha, look at it. It's got jaggedy pages. So, woohoo! So that is my review of this long named book. Um, would you like to see the next one that I'm reading? It might be a while before I make another one of these. Oh gosh. Oh no. Gone with the Wind. Over 900 pages of, last time I read it at least, pure bliss. I love this book. Last time I read it. Hopefully I'll love it again. Anyway, I will see you guys sometime soon. Bye!